Hey, welcome back, Houston Hacks fans. We are in playoffs round 2. Winner of this game goes into the championship, and we are facing the deadly Federal Bureau of Intelions and their coach, my cousin. Big rivalry match, by the way. Cooper. Cooper's with us, so Coop, you want to say hi?
Hey guys, what's up?
So I'm going to pull up the matchup right now. Here we go. I'm going to move my face cam off, I think, right now. And so looking at your team, I don't like it at all. It's just everything's a threat. Everything's a threat either because it's going to murder your entire team, which is all your fast mons. Oh, I didn't include Kingler. And then your bottom 3 mons are just such problems to break that you can beat people different ways. You can either just say you can't kill Quag, Avalog, or Gigalith, or you basically kill everything with Kingler, Lucario, Obstagoon. I mean, you name it, right? And you have speed control with Rabambi. So super difficult matchup. You want to just talk about your your team this year's been awesome, man. It's been really fun to watch, especially Dragapult just go off.
Right, yeah. This has been one of my favorite teams to use. Dragapult's obviously super versatile. The speed tier is amazing. Obviously been kill leader this year, which has been cool.
Yeah, my vote for MVP for sure.
And I just knew I had to apply pressure, and I have a lot of things that can do that against your team. So.
Oh, definitely. No, trying to figure out how I'm going to not just lose to Dragapult. That was the mon I thought about the most all week. And that's, I mean, without, I'm concerned about Dragapult so much. And then you have mons that I don't have answers to, like Obstagoon and Kingler. So I remember just making like a mock team for you. And I just brought hyper offense. I brought Kingler, Lucario, Obstagoon, Espeon, Rabambi, and Dragapult, and I was like, how does anyone stop that team? Like, because you don't even need to really switch or think that much. You just bring some coverage and a bunch of life orbs, pretty much, and just murder everything. But no,
I think a lot of matchups I can just play hyper offense and play the sack game, and I'm usually okay.
Yeah, no, it definitely makes it really difficult. For sure. No, I was trying to foil you a little bit. My original team, I was thinking about bringing Jolteon. I kind of wish I would have, but that's Pokemon, right? You gotta make your bets and weigh the risk and the versus the reward, and just kind of figure out what you're gonna do. So let's just get into the game, and we'll just kind of commentate how it goes. I'm gonna start it without music. All right, I'm gonna do a countdown. All right, 3, 2, 1, play. All right, so pause it at turn 1. So the lead is super important. I think in draft league, it really goes without saying. The lead sets up the entire game, the momentum of the game, and where you're going. Like my last game against Magnus, if I didn't get my lead right, I don't even think I could have won that game. But instead, I got my lead right, and I'm able to basically be in a position where I can play safe the entire game and just kind of win without having to take too many risks. Well, I didn't get my lead right here. You want to just talk about your Kingler lead?
Yeah. Initially going into the game, I thought I was leading webs. I thought webs were important.
Me too.
But I couldn't get up. It turns out he didn't even bring rocks. But that's why I led Kingler. It was kind of a hard read on Pylo, which I really needed rocks to not be up. So,
right. No, it was a really good read. I all week was thinking Arcanine because I thought you'd do webs, and then when I saw your team, the biggest thing that I saw was this stupid Gigalith, and I was like, I don't have anything to hit Gigalith. I mean, I can close combat the Gigalith, but I still only do 30%. So I thought you were going to lead Gigalith and bring your rocks out. And so I was going to bring my Piloswine as my counter for all your mons was my Piloswine. It was just so pressured this game because I needed it for Charizard, or else Charizard actually did a lot of work too. So yeah, no, I made a read. I'm gonna press play 2-1. On turn 2 here, I was hoping you just go for liquidation, but you made a mid ground play, went for body slam. Now the very next play where I go for vacuum wave, I wish I would have done my calc and figured it out correctly, because after looking at the calc, I thought you were choice scarf for some reason. And so I felt like I had to vacuum wave. Instead, I could have sludge bombed here. Sludge bomb on no HP Charizard, which I'm sure you had a little bit. Or maybe you didn't. I don't know. But it would have done like 60 to 50, which would have been really nice damage. Not that it really made a huge impact on the rest of the game. Charizard, I did not expect it
definitely
all.
would.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely would have pressured it and changed how maybe I switched into something like Glyspod later in the game.
Mm-hmm. No, for sure. I did not have. Did you think I'd run Aqua Jet on Glyspod?
Yeah, I thought you would, to be honest. I thought it helped with like Sasher Bombi.
Yeah.
So that can come in, but you had Arcanine, which is pretty safe. So I mean, it makes sense. But
Right. Cool. I'm gonna let it run. So yeah, the vacuum wave, I got to switch out. You air slash into my pillow swine, playing it safe. I decided to say, hey, you got to switch here. You're not going to sack the Charizard. And I get an Earthquake off. But Kingler has surprisingly good defense. And then you bring back stupid Kingler, which I don't have a switch into. And I lose one of my most important Mons, honestly, that I have. Because Sucker Punch on that thing could actually get an attack off against the Dragapult set that you brought. Vacuum Wave killed Obstagoon. Focus Blast hit Gigalith really, really hard. Like the rest of your team did not like to take Focus Blast. I mean, 30% of the time it would have been fine for them, but but yeah, losing one of my breaking pieces. Go ahead, buddy.
I was gonna say Toxstroke was definitely a big threat coming into the match. I think Mew and Toxstroke were by far the biggest threats, just because poison and fighting hits so much.
Oh, for sure.
And really, my only resist is Dragapult, which is obviously offensive. So
right, and that's what I figured. As long as I don't let Dragapult come in for free and it takes some sort of damage from my Toxstroke, I'm gonna be happy. And if I can get off a Sucker Punch, that'd be even better. I actually was experimenting with Sucker Punch Mew and Vacuum Wave Mew, but both of those are banned in pre-home. So that was unfortunate to find out. But I'm going to keep playing. You do nice mid-ground with Superpower, so you can hit Pillow Swine. Which I considered staying in that second time and freeze drying you. I don't think Superpower to kill, but you'd put me down to like 5% or something like that. Really close to death.
For me, it was a roll.
It was a roll?
Okay.
Gotcha.
I think it was pretty much 50-50 from what I understand.
Gotcha. No, that made a lot of sense, the Superpower play. I guess I could have gone Glossopod, but I thought you had Protect for sure. Like I thought for sure you had 3 attacks Protect for my Glossopod, because then you could outspeed it and then hit me with the Rock Slide and send me packing. But yeah, no, this Kingler, honestly, probably the MVP of the match because it just broke my team down. Had to run my Giga Drain. Didn't even know I crit there. That's 20 cent, man. That's good stuff. You get up webs. My Arcanine set would have been awesome if you brought Avalog or Quag, but you did not, because I did have Fire Spin to trap your dudes. But unfortunately, it did not work out that way. So I'm already on turn 11 now. Oh, yeah. I'm just going to go back. I'm talking about when you brought Kingler in on my Arcanine, and then you Rock Slided on my Switch. Or no, the Kingler on my Piloswine Switch, you doubled, and then you Rock Slided. Again, if I would have stayed in, that would have been nice, but that would have been really ballsy to lose my Piloswine. You were just calling my bluff the entire time.
Yeah, I kind of just knew the importance of Piloswine for Charizard.
Yeah.
And I knew you really couldn't losing that one.
No, I really couldn't.
I was also very aggressive early, so I thought maybe you'd eventually predict me to make the safe play. But I just want to keep that pressure. So
Yeah, no, you did the entire game. Just the pressure was on, and your predictions were on as well. When Rabambi took damage, I was actually really, really happy because my Mew had a really good chance of sweeping. Just because Drain Punch could beat Gigalith potentially, especially if I got to +2/+2 with Dragon Dance. But unfortunately, here, as you'll see, your Rabambi U-turns on my Golisopod. I switch into Mew because I thought you would finish your U-turn. And then I just wanted to prevent Kingler from coming back in. Was the only point of bringing in Mew. And then I was going to switch it out because I thought you'd bring in Dragapult. Because I just felt better about the Grimmsnarl. I had Grimmsnarl as my dedicated check to Dragapult, which you would have blasted, by the way, with your set. I was not expecting Choice Band. I thought Life Orb potentially, but Choice Band was like, oh, it hit hard. So now I'm stuck with Mew and on Rabambi, so I'm like, all right, I guess I'll just set up here. And unfortunately, I can't kill. Like I thought maybe the Grim, like if you would have went, like when I killed your Rabambi with Darkest Lariat, if you would have went Gigalith, that would have been the play of the year, bro. Because you would have killed me with Sand, and then you wouldn't have died to +1 Darkest Lariat, obviously.
yeah,
that would have been insane. I mean,
I guess I didn't really consider that. I didn't think I needed a Rabambi, so I figured why risk it.
No, there was no reason to. Like I guess I could have Drain Punched, but Drain Punch I don't think killed Rabambi. That was the problem because it's ×4 resisted. Like just my set, the way it worked out, like I couldn't kill Rabambi from 30% unless I used Darkest Lariat. So I was like, at least from my perspective, I felt like I was handcuffed. You bring in the Dragapult, and I was like, no way, you're freaking Scarf. So, but I realized like I have nothing for Kingler and Obstagoon speed wise, like because of webs. So I had to keep Mew alive. You run the Sucker Punch. I bring in Grimmsnarl. This is where I finally get a tiny bit of good luck, or like I feel like, oh, maybe I can do something here, because I get the sub off. I was praying the Power Whip hit because nothing else would have killed the Kingler. I was pretty sad about that. But again, I didn't think you'd bring Charizard. He's a great fairy switch. So you just safely U-turn the Dragapult on my Grimmsnarl, and bring that bad boy in. What was the Charizard for again? He was Scarfed, right?
Yeah, it was basically just something in the back for setup sweepers. I thought DD Mew would come, and I thought you'd go Adamant.
Mm-hmm.
And then also having a faster mount and everything that flinches is also really nice.
Yeah, you're not kidding.
We might get a taste of that a little bit later. So
yeah, for sure. I know I have it on turn 19 right now. But yeah, this is where I decide to stay. Actually, I decided to go for Earthquake. You Air Slash, sacking your Charizard basically, and luckily I was actually semi happy you flinched because then it didn't reveal that I went for Earthquake, and got played again. So I was like, oh, now at least I can blame it on hacks, but no. And then I felt like I had to go for Rock Slide this time. I'm like, oh my god, now I have to kill this thing. And then you switch. I mean, the damage difference was like 20% maybe, so it didn't really matter. But I mean, I guess if I doubled, that would have been nice. But I missed the Rock Slide.
The double was
right. No,
the double to Mew was really that would have gotten you something out of it. But yeah, like you said, Rock Slide or even Earthquake doesn't do a whole lot top.
Right. Game, so. Right. And then I was Adamant on Mew. So, or no, I was like naughty or something. So I was minus Spadef, but plus speed. So I couldn't even Oko Obstagoon. Like it was a roll to Oko it from full. So I was like, oh no, I can't, like I didn't want to risk it. And I thought you might figure out that I wasn't Adamant. And so you might just stay in. And then I'm like, if I lose Mew, I lose. But honestly, you should switch 100% of the time on my Mew. Not 100% of the time. I guess I could DD. But I should Drain Punch, right? If I hit that switch, I should Drain Punch and then just force you to. Actually, it's just a lot of mind games because if I go for a dark move, that hits your Dragapult a bunch.
Yeah, I think if you went into Mew, my play was probably Charizard.
I think so too.
Just never it's a Drain Punch, and it would have had a Speed Tie if you Dragon Dance. So.
Yep. No, that would have been a great play. You would have been just fine. That Charizard set, actually, like defensively, Charizard was actually really good this game. Against the team that I brought, I didn't have anything for it. Like Piloswine was it.
Right, yeah, a lot of resistances for your threats. So.
No, for sure. So Obstagoon's in, so I got to sack my my Imp Boy, which kind of disappointing this year. I didn't use it very well, obviously, but not my favorite Mon. I just didn't like its speed tier, honestly. I think I'd have been better off bringing like screens against you this game.
Yeah, I was really worried about screens, and that's why I ran Infiltrator Dragapult.
Okay, smart.
I think last time I ran Buddy for Intip, but
right. No, that's a solid bring. Then I have to sack my Arcanine. My close combat your Gigalith, just trying to get it in range where Mew can maybe do something, but it couldn't. You had Throat Chop, so it was over. I thought you were faster for some reason, so I kept using priority on your Gigalith, which is hilarious. But you were min speed for the Trick Room Drampa, weren't you?
Trick Room Drampa definitely had a good matchup, I thought, with everything besides Gigalith, I think. So that was kind of the whole point of Gigalith.
Right. No, Gigalith just did a great job of sitting in there. It's just bulk, and it has good offense too. I really like that mon a lot when I used it last year. But no, great game, bro. I'm gonna show our teams here real quick. I'll just kind of run through mine. I thought I had the Grimmsnarl, Prankster. Originally, I had Thunderwave, which might have been a little bit better here, but it just didn't do enough. I felt like you had a couple different mons that didn't even care about Thunderwave, and so I decided to opt for Superpower because I was really concerned about SD Lucario with Extreme Speed. I thought that just killed everybody. So I felt like I had to respect that thing. I wish Toxicroak could have done more. I think that was a good set and just pressured your team, but unfortunately I was on the back foot the entire time. Piloswine, obviously bulky. That's what I always bring. Glossopod, Citrus Berry. I did have Razor Shell. I don't know if you saw that, but that way, instead of a 20% chance to drop your defense with Liquidation, it's a 50% chance. So I felt like I could not 2-hit KO, but get close if I can avoid a burn on your Quagsire to pressure it. But and then spikes were for both of your passive mons that you didn't bring, Avalog and Quagsire as well. And then heavy duty boots, Mew, which could win. It just obviously didn't wind up doing anything. And then the biggest letdown set for me was definitely my Arcanine because you can't see it because of the stupid how my screen's set up right now. But the last move on Arcanine is actually Fire Spin. And so the goal was to Fire Spin your Quag and then kill it with Solar Beam, Fire Spin your Obstagoon, kill it with Close Combat, Fire Spin your Avalog, kill it with Flamethrower, and just try to break your team down that way. Unfortunately, obviously didn't work out, but nah, it was still a fun game nonetheless. You want to talk about a little bit about your sets? I'll just kind of scroll through them as you talk about
them. Yeah, so Dragapult, it comes every week. It's very good. I just thought with you're having two fairies, Choice Band U-Turn just provides a lot of momentum, and it gets Kingler and Obstagoon in, which obviously pressure your team.
Oh, for sure.
Kingler, Life Orb, pretty standard. 4 attacks. I didn't think I could have an opportunity to set up, and I just wanted to be able to hit everything. I managed to make some pretty decent predictions, and it really worked out. This is, like you said, kind of an MVP. Regardless of kills, it definitely put a lot of pressure. Ribombi, it's standard satch. Usually lead webs. Obviously, mine is mid game. But webs for Kingler and Obscune just provide so much speed control.
Oh, for sure.
Obviously, Obscune, another pretty standard set. I didn't think I needed to get too creative with the breakers.
No, not at all. Obstruct was a great bring too. Parting shot was cool too. I like that.
Charizard, yeah, it provides utility. It just, especially with an offensive team, being able to get things in without taking too much damage is really nice. Choice Scarf Zard was kind of a weird pick. It didn't have like super defined role, but basically I thought Dragon Dance Mew could come and this would speed tie with it if he's like timid, or outspeed if he's adamant, which he ended up being naughty or something, you said? Which is a plus speed need.
Yeah, plus speed variant.
But I didn't need coverage really on this thing, so I just got accurate moves and then stuff that hit hard.
Charizard felt like
I was really worried about Trick Room Grandpa. I definitely thought it would come. And Gigalith was really my only answer. And to be honest, with Cloud9, if you brought that, it really doesn't even wall, because it gets stuff like Focus Blast and Hydro Pump. But it also worked against Arcanine and Mew, the Mew set that you brought in the end, and it kind of just sat there, which was really nice. But I didn't get too fancy, but I think we said it quite a few times, but just the pressure that this team provides was really, really nice.
Yeah, no, for sure. It reminds me a little bit of my Zard team, Season 3, I think it was, where I was able to get webs up consistently, protect against hazards, and then just apply a ton of pressure with my Mega Zard plus breakers. But your team's way faster, way faster. It's funny because your team's so fast. I don't even know if you need webs at half, and you don't need to bring them every week, obviously, because you have, 5 Mons, 6 Mons that are 90 speed and higher. That's tough. Just dangerous.
I definitely value speed in draft, and in the pre-home meta, like you said, even things like 90 speed Lucario, 95 speed Obstagoon are really not bad speed tiers at all.
No, Obstagoon's actually really fast at 95, which makes it just a difficult mon to deal with. Part of the reason I didn't really Jolteon kind of was frustrating to use. I know, like it went 9-2 or whatever, but there's so many games where I was just it just doesn't have enough coverage, but its speed just allows it to clean games late, because it's one of the fastest, top 5 speed mons in the format that we're running, which is pre-home. But no, great game, buddy. Good luck in the championship. You've taken on Prisley, right?
Yeah, we had I think our game will be a lot different than the one in the regular season. He didn't have Gothitelle, he had Haxorus. And he didn't have a whole lot for my Ribombi, which actually swept with Quiver, which is kind of cool to see. But he's been hot, and he's really creative with his sets. So we'll definitely have to watch out, and hopefully bring home the dub. But
yeah, for sure. Bring home the 3rd championship, baby. Get that belt sent to you that Cole's supposed to make.
There you go.
Awesome. All right. Well, I'll catch y'all later. See ya. Peace.